All In With Ari, the drama never stops. It's amazing that this woman always seems to be putting herself in some very drama-filled situations. So there's a lot of apparent lies we're going to be uncovering in this video. We're going to go over all of it. So definitely pay attention to this. So All In With Ari, if you don't know her channel, I've gone over many times in the past. And she was apparently going to be interviewed on a radio station. She actually posted it on her community tab. She posted 2 about it. Interview with Rude Jude for real on the All Out show, Sirius XM. Right, so she said Friday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. At the time of recording this, it is now Saturday. This interview was supposed to happen yesterday. People were talking about it on her Reddit page as well. This is the actual channel that she was supposedly going to be on, the All Out show with Rude Jude. It's available on Sirius XM. This is the Friday version that she was supposedly going to be on, and people listened to it, and she was not on the show at all. Now, apparently one person actually called in and asked, when are you going to be interviewing All In With Ari? And the people at All In With Jude said, we have no idea who she is. We've never heard of this lady. We have no plans to interview her. So apparently she lied about this, or that's what people seem to think. There have been people posting online. There have been people posting on her member page calling her a liar. Ari, I can't believe you lied about this. Why would you tell everyone you're going to be interviewed on this radio program and then you never showed up? They never heard of you. Why would you lie about this? Now, believe it or not, despite what most people seem to think that she lied about this, I actually don't think she lied about this. Now, the reason I think that is because there's really no reason. You have to be an incredibly stupid person to lie about being on an interview, which is, a week out, right? Because once that week shows up, a week from now, and then the interview doesn't happen, everyone knows that you're a liar, right? You have to be one of the dumbest people to actually do that. Now, I don't think that All In With Ari is an incredibly smart person, but I also don't think she's one of the dumbest people on earth. So what I think actually happened, and this is just my opinion, I think someone was trolling her. I think someone contacted her claiming to be with this crew, the All In With Rude Jude. I think someone claimed to be with them and say, we want to interview you on the show. We'll set it up. How about Friday at 1 p.m.? And she's like, yeah, I'd love to be interviewed. I'd love to tell my story. And so I think All In With Ari 100% believed that this was a legit interview. I think that she honestly believed that she was going to be interviewed by them, and someone was actually just trolling her. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear in the comments what you think. A lot of people seem to think she was lying. I don't think she was lying. I think she got trolled. Someone convinced her it was a real interview, and it never actually was. Okay, so with that being said, let's go into the next big drama-filled issue with her channel. So if you go to her channel, the second to last video that she posted, Jams and Canyons, there's a lot wrong with this video. The first thing that is wrong with it is she posted a picture from this video about 3 weeks ago on her Twitter. So we know that this is old footage. We know that this is not something new. She's reusing footage, right? So that's one issue right there. But what's really interesting is if you actually go to the video, right? This is the video. I had to turn off the sound because she plays copyrighted music in it. But this is her filming outside of the car. Outside of the car, right? She's filming out the window while it's driving. Now watch this. What's very interesting about this clip, see if you can pick up on it. So what's very interesting is she is actually filming. She's in the passenger seat. So if you're not from America, driver's side seat is on the left side of the car, passenger is on the right, right? And she is filming from the right side of the car, and she films out the right window. So she is sitting in the passenger seat of her car while someone else is driving. Now, she has claimed that she's a single lady, living out of her car, just trying to do the best she can. But clearly she has some sort of friend who is driving her vehicle. That's very interesting. Now, a lot of people, not a lot, but some people have been speculating that she potentially has a boyfriend. She said in past videos, I'm not interested in dating. Now, one thing that's really interesting about this is a lot of, attractive females on social media who actually have boyfriends or in some instances are potentially married will actually hide that fact because they know a large portion of their audience are males and they want those males to continue to give them money. One example for that is a Twitch streamer by the name of Amarath, right? Now, Amarath has been speculated to be in a relationship. There are some rumors that potentially she even secretly got married, but she has denied all of this. And the reason she, denies ever being in a relationship, really, is because the majority of her fans on Twitch are guys, and they send her money because they want to see her in bikinis and they want to see her OnlyFans pictures. And if potentially she's in a relationship or married, that kind of ruins the illusion for a lot of these guys, and she could potentially lose a lot of money. Now, I don't know if that's the case with Ari, but it's definitely a possibility that she could have a boyfriend. And if she shows everyone, hey guys, this is my boyfriend, I love him so much, right? Potentially a lot of her viewers, which are men, would no longer want to watch her videos. Now, again, I don't know if that's actually true, but one thing we do know for sure is that she was filming out of the passenger window of her car while someone else was driving her vehicle. That's undoubted proof right there. So clearly she has someone else that she's willing to give access to her car and drive her around. Now later in that same video, she actually has her picture taken, which she's used this in her profile pictures a few times. So let's take a look at that. You can see she has herself, photographed in front of this large cactus. Now, a couple things that could be happening here. She could have brought a tripod. Now, this whole thing is her hiking out in the wilderness, kind of, so I don't think she carried a tripod all the way out in the, in the middle of the wilderness to film herself like this. But that's a possibility. She brought a tripod. Maybe she met someone else on the trail and they took her photo, or potentially she traveled with a partner and the partner took this photo of her. So I don't know what's going on there, but later in the video as well, you can see that she's driving back from the actual event, and again, you can see that she's filming out of the passenger window. So someone, again, is driving her. She's filming outside the passenger window. She's not driving a car. She's driving with a friend. So you can see the illusion that she's like this single female living out her car just simply isn't true. There's someone else with her, and of course, she doesn't need to tell us, who this is, but it definitely does not feed into the aspect of she's this single homeless woman living in her car. She doesn't have any friends, which she said multiple times. Clearly, she has someone she's comfortable with enough to drive all over town, let someone else drive her all over town. So I don't know what is actually going on there. Now, the final thing that I want to mention about her channel is over the past few videos, she actually changed her videos to made for children, right? And if you change your videos to made for children, it turns off the comments. Now, she has since turned back on the comments for all her videos, and I'll explain why I think she did that. If you make your videos made for kids, it automatically turns off comments, which she mentions in, I think, this video right here. She mentioned she got a lot of hate, and so she didn't want to read the comments, so she made her videos made for kids so the comments would be turned off. Now, if you make your videos made for kids, what happens is there was this issue back in 2019 where there were apparently these pedos who were watching a bunch of kids' videos. So YouTube made this big change where if you make your videos for kids, a lot of things change, like you can't have comments. And another major thing that changed is you can't have targeted ads on made-for-kid videos. So targeted ads are something like if you're searching on YouTube for, I'm a guy, let's say I'm searching for, shaving equipment like Dollar Shave Club, right? Dollar Shave Club can send me a targeted YouTube ad, right? Now, if it's a made-for-kid video, they can't do that. So you could be like a dude in your 30s, right? And you could get an ad for like a tampon, right? Obviously, a guy in his 30s is not going to buy tampons, so that ad on a video for made for kids that's not targeted is completely wasted money. So those ads make dramatically less money. They can sometimes make 60 to 80% less money for a non-targeted ads, and all ads on videos made for kids are non-targeted ads. So I think that's the reason why she eventually turned off made for kids. She turned it on for a few days and now turned it off. I think she turned it off because she has now said that she quit her job and YouTube is her full-time job, right? So the money she makes from ad revenue, that's keeping her afloat. And she's making like 80% less if she makes her videos made for kids. So I think that's why she turned it off. So those are the three issues we covered today. Her apparently lying about being on All In With Jude. Again, I think someone trolled her. I think you'd have to be one of the dumbest people around to be like, oh, I'm going to be on this interview next week, and then the interview doesn't happen and everyone realizes you lied about it, right? I think someone trolled her in that case. And then we got the issue where she's clearly driving in the passenger seat. She clearly has some sort of friend. Some people speculate it's a boyfriend. Don't know if that's true or not. But she clearly is not just, alone and doesn't have any friends in her car. And then the issue with, possibly turning all her kids to made for kids, turning all her videos to made for kids and then turning it off. I'd love to hear your opinion. What do you think about All In With Ari? A lot of people have a lot to say about the interview. I'd love to hear your opinion below. Do you think she lied, or do you think potentially she was trolled?